Hello everyone, welcome to the Warehouse series. So if you're new to the channel, I welcome you. If you want to subscribe, and I would be very grateful for that, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, leave comments, give me thumbs up, Discord, that link is in the description below. Today, I'm going to be talking about shippers. I have talked about these in the past, and I was telling you how much I cannot stand laying shippers down. I see people lay them down all the time. I get it, they fall over and it's just easier to lay them down. The only problem is they crush. They crush very easily. You got to realize in some of these shipper boxes, there's nothing in part of the box. It's however these shippers are in there, like the middle of the box could literally have nothing in it. So there's no weight holding that box together. I can't tell you how many times people come out of our section of the warehouse and they're driving down the dock or driving down an aisle and their pallet's leaning over. 9 times out of 10, they have a shipper on their side and the shipper buckled. They're not meant to be on their sides, so don't put them on their sides. Let's walk through my order, and I'm going to show you how I did this. Now, I did not finish this order right here. I was at the end of my shift, but I wanted to make sure I left a presentable pickup for somebody else to do. Now, right here, you can see I want to talk about these front 2 shippers first. Now, the front 2 shippers are identical. Keep them together, all right? Obviously, right? We want to keep them together. I also will never, they're skinny shippers. They're tall, skinny shippers. I will always run them going to the back of my pallet because some of these shippers are top heavy. If you throw shippers, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you'll pick a shipper up from the bottom thinking that that's where the weight is, and then the thing will fly right out of your hands because it's all the weight's up top. It's really weird how some of these shippers are, but picture these shippers turned and facing the length or running the length of the pallet. Now they're like this, and you go around the bend. If it's a top heavy shipper, it's going to fall over. It doesn't even matter if you go slow, just the slightest jerk going around the bend and it's going to fall over. So that's why I like running these skinny shippers back this way. And I always tell you I like high corners, low inside. I got these front 2 shippers are a high corner. I got a low inside. Now I got a lower corner back here, but it's a fat shipper. When I have more of a surface to work with, it's okay to have a low corner because I could build that up. Now I would not want that skinny shipper on the outside and that fat shipper on the inside. I hope that makes sense. The fact that this bigger shipper is back on that corner makes it more sturdy, and I have a surface to work with. So with that being said, that shipper that's on top, it's light. I usually just throw them up there and I'll deal with them later. 9 times out of 10, when I throw one of those light shippers up on the top and they're meant to be flat like that, I throw them up there and I will deal with it at a later time. This is my next picture here. We have another one of those light shippers up there, and I have a corner down here. I had no more shippers, so this corner was empty. Now, a lot of people would have took these Hellmans back here, the shippers that I had on the back, and they would have built it up in that corner. I don't do that. I put those shippers on the back. I like the challenge of trying to build this corner up to meet those shippers. Also, the shipper that's on the back was a little too big. And I could see people doing this. Now, it would go on that corner, but it would be hanging off the back of the pallet and it would be hanging off the side of the pallet. And off the side of the pallet, it would have hung off a lot. And I guarantee you somebody would have did it. Don't do it. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't need to be there. So I use this as an opportunity to challenge myself. I know what's coming up in the warehouse. I know I got detergents, and then I got smaller cases in the next aisle. I have no problem, no worries that I'm probably going to be able to get this corner to meet those shippers. In this picture right here, you could see I started that process. I have my detergents down on the bottom. I got the SOSs. I got these tea mixes or whatever they are. And what do you notice? I got my higher corner. I'm loaded. I'm always got my higher corner. These tea mixes are actually even a little lower than the SOSs. And that's the process that I take. I always want my outsides corners to be higher than the inside. So let's take a look at the next picture. All right, and then this picture right here, you could see I did just that. I took my corner and I made it level with my other side. Now the cereal is upright. I told you these small cube cereals, they're one of the few boxes that I will stack on its side and upright because they are sturdy. And this is about midway up the pallet. And I know what's coming up in the warehouse, and it's all light product. So I know nothing is going to crush those cereals being up on their side like this, and this is a light shipper. Also, I want you to take notice is that I got this shipper running in the back of the pallet. I told you that I do not like because see the small corner over on the side? Well, this is about knowing your product. So if I had all big cases left in my section of the warehouse, let's say there were all these cereals, I would put the shipper running the opposite direction. I would have it running the length of the pallet and not the width. Now I know what's coming up in the warehouse. I know I'm more than likely going to be able to fill in this corner with no problem with the smaller cases. Now, if I want to say something else. If this was lower on the pallet, I may not have done it. It's up higher on the pallet. I don't like having small corners. So if it was lower on the pallet, I may have not done it. But let's take a look at the next picture. Those Pringles are in that gap that I was just showing you. So I was able to fit the Pringles right there. I got a couple cereal bars or something up front, and I was able to take that other shipper and run it the whole entire way up the pallet and tie in that whole entire side. That's what I love about shippers. Now, something I do want to say is that there is somebody in my warehouse that approached me. If you're watching, this is for you, because the one order that I seen you doing shippers with, you had one high, one low, one high, one low. Try to keep them together, group them together, even if it takes a second to have to move one shipper out of the way to put the other shipper with it. It is so crucial to keep these shippers together, height-wise, all right? And if you have a bunch of different ones and you want steps going to the middle and then steps going back out. Like I said, with the fat shippers, try to get them on the corners and put the skinnier shippers in the middle, because a fat shipper gives you a surface to stack on at a later time. Also, you wrapped your shippers together. I get it. They fall over. By wrapping shippers together, they do exactly what happened whenever I've seen your pallet. They condensed them together. You lost cube, and you had a couple that were leaning. Because one thing is you wrap them tight. So either I would say wrap them really light, or just tape them. Maybe grab a roll of tape with you and go real light. Still don't wrap it tight. Just tape it tight. Tape it one time around the middle of the shippers and be done with it to try to help them to stand up. But highly recommend not wrapping shippers, especially if you are not done with your order yet. And I highly recommend not stacking them uneven. You want to try to group them together as much as possible. So that's it for today, guys. I hope if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time.